have a question for everybody that took a knee. Does your knee hurt? You have imprints of the rocks in your kneecap?
Yep.
Imagine having a man laid down and a grown man on hot pavement, laying down, having 3 grown men on their back, one of them on his neck. If you think your knee hurts, imagine what that man went through. We don't do this just for him. There's a lot of lives. Too many lives. Too many lives. That's why we do this. That's why we're here. That's why we're here to create change. Thank you for staying peaceful and sacrificing your knees.
That is Brother Brandon. If you did not know his name, Brother Brandon. Thank you. So I'm going to get started. Another thing that the mayor stated is that this is the decade of the people. Now this is showing right here, this is a decade of the people, and we are tired of injustice. So the main thing that I want to talk about right now is how we need the police to take more accountability for their actions, not just by them killing someone and getting paid leave by the police union. I don't know if you know this, but they just approved the $479 million budget for the police.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how that money is being dispersed, but $479 million, that's close to $500 million. $500 million. And yet, public safety is one of the main things that has not seen growth in any social. It's still been at close to 64% for 8 years. 8 years. That's a long time. And yet, these get a new contract for funding almost every year. But it blew my mind when I was listening to this thing. However, the first thing that I want to say is, we need to start by having a proposal for community reconciliation. So what this looks like is there's going to be 14 members that we should suggest to the community, from the community, that's going to be elected to the council members who we vote to represent the voice of the community. Now, community reconciliation basically means that we will have a place to go close to downtown where we can voice our own opinions, and that they are elected by the council, and these council members are who we are going to vote for. So that's why it's important that you go and vote, because if we have people in there that we trust to elect certain members, 14 members, to show that our voice matters, then we will have a community reconciliation in which we can trust till we can go and talk to them face on. Now, these 14 individuals will balance the participation within the youth. That will be something very important for us, because it will make our input noted in that it matters. So that is one of the things they talked about today at the council meeting. I did not hear them say that they were going to look into it. I just know that that was a proposal that one of the council members brought up. Another thing that I wanted to go on is that they brought up how one woman spoke on it, Charlie. She said 6 steps on how to de-escalate the situation. We need to have training within the police academy. Basically say they need to come up with 6 steps on how to de-escalate the situation and train them on how to de-escalate the situation instead of always going into attack mode. And she also noted that the requirements for the police academy is a C average in high school. A C average. I know most of us in college right now are trying to go for bachelor's and master's degrees. Me specifically, a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. I have to go to school for it. However, the police just have to get out of high school with a C average, and they're defending people in the community, they're beating people up in the community. So she was basically saying we need to have a certain requirement that they need at least, not a bachelor's, at least a master's degree in criminal justice or corrections, hoping that this degree will train them and properly train them on how to approach a civilian. Another, yeah, y'all can clap. Y'all can clap. Another point that she made up, another woman made up, I'm sorry, is that we need to renegotiate the pension for the union that has, the union for cops with paid leave. So I know that you'll see a lot of cops, once they commit a part of police brutality, they always, majority, get off with paid leave. And that's due to the union within their system. So we need to renegotiate this contract with them to where they shouldn't get paid. Because why are we paying them to be at home after killing someone? I think that's unjust, and it should be unjust, and that shouldn't even be a part of the union's contract. So that's another part of what she was saying, that we need to renegotiate, and if we give up their pensions and pay fees from the police budget and disperse it to people, hopefully into our community reconciliation, that can fund that program, let alone. So, mark your calendars, June 18th, they're going to start to write up the proposal for a trial budget. This is going to be a virtual meeting with us, the people. And it's basically trying to get our feedback for these budgets in hopes that we actually get a voice to speak. Now, we don't know how we're going to do it virtually. That's another thing that we're going to have to talk about next week at the next council meeting. But she did tell us that June 18th, that is the day for a virtual meeting with the people to write a proposal budget. And that it will be sent to the council June 25th. I'm so sorry, June 25th. So they'll have 30 days for the budget proposal to the budget about. Another point that there was another woman, I didn't get her first name, but I got her last name, Falcon. Sorry, they were talking very fast. Is that we demand anti-racism classes for council members and for police training. So that also falls into police training. So the first part of police training that we need is the 6 steps on how to de-escalate any situation with civilians. And the second one is how they need to be we demand anti-racism classes for council members and for police training, because they also stated that some of the council members and constituents are afraid of the police themselves. That just sounded very confusing to me, because these people in which we elected are afraid of their own police that protect and serve. So that was another part. On how we need to handle. So just to hit home a bit, Deputy Rackham Silva, you can go look it up. Deputy Rackham Silva was questioned about the looting and protest in San Antonio, and he responded on Facebook, and he replied by "kill them all" with a GIF. And this is an article in SA Current, so if you can, please just go look it up, because this is factual information that I seen at the council meeting. Once again, that is Deputy Rackham Silva, RACKHAMN Silva, SILVA. And he's on paid leave right now. Paid leave, what we were just talking about. It just blew my mind how much they were talking about. And this is why we need y'all to go to these city council meetings, because once you hear what they're talking about, it blows your mind. There was one Councilmember Manny, what's his name? Councilmember Manny, he was saying sadly he does not walk in the same shoes as a black man. And he apologizes for the police brutality. However, the violence that is going on within these protests is an outrage. We instantly shut that down and said, what violence? Because if you came out here and walked with us, you would see that this is no violence. To me, this is a festival, a piece of enjoyment, because we're coming out here and voicing our opinions, I meet at least at minimum 3 to 4 people, new faces, every single day. That is something that they will never understand. We were telling them it's sad how we have to come to council meetings and to even just hear, for you to be able to hear us. Yeah, we're out on the streets. We've been out on the streets for how long, y'all? Since Saturday. Since Saturday. How many days is that? Saturday to Thursday. How many days is that? Close to 5 days. A whole work week. They haven't came out not once. We haven't seen the mayor. We haven't seen any council members from any districts. And we're out here day in and day out. This could be a full-time job for us. And that's another thing we were talking about, the unemployment rate due to COVID and even prior to COVID. They are talking about how protesters need to go ahead and get a job and stop being out there protesting. This is a job for us, an unpaid job that we are seeking change for. There's no pension for this. We're doing this out of the kindness of our hearts because we're tired of this injustice. We're tired of seeing cops in new badges, new cars, new uniforms, and yet we got homeless people on the street getting bullied every single day. It changes all my life. I have an announcement to make. If you did not sign up or register to vote yesterday, please raise your hand. We have voter registration registrars over there. Yeah, please make your way over there. You can still hear me from over there, so please go over there. And they will also be at the courthouse as well once we start to sign our petition paper. I do believe that we're going to have some copies. Oh, the copies are being passed out for the petition paper. So another thing, Sister Vanessa is about to speak. Please give her a round of applause.
So I just want to encourage everybody. We've been here 5 days. Well, I've been here 3 days, but as a group, we've been here 5 days marching peacefully, protesting peacefully. So one of the things I noticed at the council meeting is that they were focusing on the negativity of our protesting. Not one time did they say anything about the peaceful protesting that we have been doing out here. Not one time have they said anything about the unity that we have, the unity that we've come together with. Sorry, I'm bad at public speaking, guys. They haven't said one thing about us coming together, one thing about us trying to make a difference, not one time. They want to focus on the negativity. So if you guys take videos of this protest, if you guys see anybody saying anything negative about our protest or any of that kind, share your video, share everything. Let them know that we have marched peacefully. We just want change here in San Antonio. Share with everybody. One more quick thing to say. I don't have the exact information right now. We are in the midst of trying to figure it out. But this Saturday, they're going to have a virtual meeting with the city council to discuss the racial divide. It's going to be virtual. The councilman says she can tune in. But there's no information online right now. He said that we're able to put our input and he encouraged us to be there. There's no information, so please be on the lookout for this virtual meeting because we need all of you guys to tune in. We need all of you guys to speak up so that we can demand change in our city.
Woo! Yeah. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. Thank you everyone for being here. Really appreciate it. Here's the thing. We did the need to bring awareness because that was not okay. We expect no more. They can't say that that's not okay. And they're saying that these rioters and looters are making it so difficult to protest. You know how we can get rid of it? By not protesting at all. Then what is the point of this country? What's the point of the First Amendment? When is it ever okay? I want to make it very clear to the officers who are around us and here, we mean no
threat to you. And if anything, we'll put our own bodies in front of you to make sure this remains peaceful. We want to get that message across. Because these looters, guess what? We are on the same page. We don't like them either. Because they're ruining our message. And for those who are at home, those who are against us, you don't realize that we're also doing this for you. Because all lives won't matter until Black Lives Matter. All lives won't matter until Black Lives Matter. All lives won't matter until Black Lives Matter. So until Black Lives Matter, guess what? What they're doing to us, they will eventually do to you. And we are not only protecting our brothers and sisters of black skin, but all brothers and sisters, all Americans across this nation. These demands are not the end, these are the beginning. And I understand the political process. I understand that every state is afraid to take that first step. If that first step goes wrong, is on those political leaders. But guess what? If you don't take that first step, we're going to be out there voting you out. Let's make Senatorial the one to change. Let's make us be an example from here on out. Let us be that first step to make us walk. And from there, when we walk, we can strive. Once we run, we can totally change the lives, not only our lives, but the future generations as well. We want change, right? We want change. 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 Now when I